I can't believe I'm making a video on this. Now, before I even start, okay, this is a touchy subject with people who get in their feelings about Dragon Ball Xenoverse, but this is just a discussion. You might disagree with me at the end of this video. You might agree with me at the end of this video. You're going to disagree with some people in the comment section. You're going to agree with some people in the comment section, but let's just have a discussion. We're just talking. We're just talking. We're just having a discussion. All right, we're just talking.
What's up,
Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, our old buddy Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 has been out for about 3 years. I mean, it's closer to 2 years, but you know, came out in 2016, right? It's 2019. You know, the difference between 6 and 9 is about 3, you know what I'm saying? But I know it's technically closer to 2 years. But you get the point, it's been out for a while. It's not a new game, it's been out for a while. With that said, any game that has been out for a long time, especially online games, naturally players build up a sort of moral code or ethic code on how the game should be played, specifically with like Xenoverse, a game that is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, has many flaws and exploits in the game, so naturally some people will pick and choose which things should be labeled exploits and which things should not be labeled exploits. Now obviously you've seen the title, we're discussing Ki Blast canceling and Ki Blast stunning. But before I even jump into that, let's talk about some of the issues in Xenoverse. What are the issues in Dragon Ball Xenoverse? Well, for example, if you pick Trunks, you can throw somebody to the top of the map. Oh, look at them floating right there. Go up to them and gently break their stamina. You may think, oh, but I could just vanish away from the stamina break. Nope, if he throws you at the top of the map, you will be stuck there. You cannot use your evasive, you cannot vanish. Your stamina will just be broken. And if the Trunks player really knows what he's doing, he will catch you, and right before your stamina gets full, he'll throw you again, and you will repeat the process for the entire match until you die. So there's an exploit. That's obviously an exploit. You know what I mean? Clearly that's an exploit. But that's something that's obviously broken. Let's take it down a notch to something that's broken, but it's not like obviously like alarmingly broken like the Trunks loop. But it's still pretty broke. Goku Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Now I don't know if it's been fixed completely yet. I haven't like encountered it too many times, so that leads me to believe like, hey, maybe something happened, but I don't know. Last I checked, when you go Kaioken and you're Super Saiyan Blue Goku, you can just repeatedly use the burst dash, homing dash, whatever you want to call it, over and over and over again, and just pretty much abuse neutral like that. And you might be like, oh, but Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken loses health. It doesn't lose it fast enough. You are definitely taking health faster than you are losing it using this broken tactic. For those who play Xenoverse, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't need to get too in depth, do I? Because I'm not. Too bad. Look it up. But let's talk about things on the lower end of the spectrum, but still pretty bad. Things such as male Earthlings / male Saiyans using the light heavy, which is square triangle for a PlayStation user, or XY for an Xbox user, or random buttons for a PC user playing it with their piano on their toes or some shit.
Don't forget to mention Switch, Deion.
No, I will forget to mention Switch. I love the Switch, just, you know, Xenoverse on the Switch. Come on now. Let me get back on subject. Light heavy for a male Saiyan / male Earthling, and then a few other characters. I'm not saying they're the only ones, but they're the biggest, most alarming one as it pertains to this issue. You can kind of abuse neutral. Example, male Earthling. You will constantly see them pressing light, heavy, dashing away, because if they miss the heavy part of that, which is the little infamous up kick, then they can just kind of exploit the neutral zone because they can't get caught in those frames. You know what I mean? So it's light, heavy, I'm dashing away, I can't get caught. Light, heavy, I'm dashing away, I can't get. It's pretty much, you're throwing out all these shots knowing that you're not going to get countered. Eventually you will catch them, and then that leads to an obviously broken mechanic such as unvanishable stamina breaks. You can light heavy somebody upward, charge up a hit, boom, if they get hit by that hit right there, they chose not to vanish because they're trying to conserve stamina. Too bad you ain't conserving anything anymore, because they can stamina break you right off of that. You can't do anything about it. Obviously broken. There are so many things in this game that you could label as broken. Fake death, let's mention fake death a little bit. Similar to light heavy, just because it's just an exploit of neutral. You get all these invincibility frames, and then if somebody's close enough, you can catch them. Yes, I can perfect block it, but it's still an exploit nonetheless, and you will catch them in a stagger and then get your own combo off. Blah, 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 blah. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, baby. We love it. But Ki Blast canceling. Alright, now, I just wanted to label all of those things first because, in comparison, again, you guys might disagree with me. Relax, we're just talking. You don't need to get mad at me. It's just, we're talking. Is Ki Blast canceling that bad? Let's talk about it. There's a difference between Ki Blast canceling and Ki Blast stunning. We'll talk about Ki Blast canceling first. Basically, if I'm punching you, I got you in a combo, right? You vanish behind me, use your stamina, and you want to counter me. I have two options, actually 3 options. I could either back hit you, okay? I could wait for my punching animation to end, and then exit the premises, or I could fire a Ki Blast, which cancels that animation, hence Ki Blast cancel, and then escape and get myself into an even neutral zone. People are so livid with Ki Blast canceling, it is absurd. I personally don't see the issue, and I was one of you. I was one of the people who hated Ki Blast canceling shortly after the game was released. For damn near the first year of the game being out, I was not a fan of Ki Blast canceling at all. I didn't like people who used it. I was like, how dare you, you vile monster, how dare you? But as I started playing more and more, started playing, you know, better competition, I was like, you know, people are using this against me, but it's not that bad. If anything, it's making our fights faster. It almost feels more alive. It's more vibrant. Like, there's so many things you could pick and choose as to what to label as an exploit, or like, oh, you can't do that because, like, it's just a Ki Blast game. Every fighting game has a form of cancellation. It is a form of tech. Do you guys know what tech is? Tech is tech. Every fighting game has a form of cancellation. Obviously, some people don't consider Xenoverse 2 to be a fighting game. It's a 3D arena-style fighter, but it's not like your traditional side-by-side fighter, competitive fighter you would see at EVO or anything like that. But those games have so much technicalities to it, so much little tech you can do. Tech. Xenoverse doesn't have that much. It has Ki Blast canceling and then like some other little random little niche things that you can do. But Ki Blast canceling is not that bad. Now Ki Blast stunning, oh, this is what really ruffles people's jimmies, boy. This is what really gets people's underwear all up their crack and they just can't even get the wedgie out. It's just up there. They didn't even wipe earlier.
You're not funny, Deion. Shut up. You like Ki Blast canceling, so I don't like you, SeeReax.
Head ass. Ki Blast stunning, as you could probably guess, is where you use a Ki Blast more offensively, whereas Ki Blast canceling is a defensive mechanic where you fire it, get back into neutral, blah, 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 and then you guys keep going at it, blah, blah, you know, throwing hands. Ki Blast stunning, on the other hand, here's where I use Ki Blast stunning. For example, and this is why I don't think it's that bad. It's not that bad. Let's say I'm fighting a male Saiyan. I fight those things a lot. They're gross. They smell like dick cheese too. They're charging up a back hit, you know, that, cocking all that arm back. Guess what? That punch not only has reach, it has invincibility frame. So if I vanish behind a male Saiyan and I see them charging up a back hit, just ready to punch me in the face, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna walk up to the invincibility frame, punch. I'm gonna fire a Ki Blast. He's gonna be like, oh fuck. And then I'm gonna dash up and then beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? It's a Ki Blast stun because this game has so, and let's look at the people who are just overly hyper aggressive. They're running at me and then they do these attacks. You know, let's look at Saiyans again, for example, because they're just so commonly around. You fight them all the time. You know their square combo where they do those like diagonal kicks where it's like da 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 da. That's like literally 1 or 2 buttons, like da 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 da. It's like 5 hits for 1 or 2 buttons. Nonetheless, they're dashing up to me. They're using that. They're coming at me. I have an option. I can either wait for that animation to end and then try to counter, but he's probably, if the animation's gonna end, he could counter my counter. You know what I'm saying? Or I could just block it, or I could try to loop around it, but guess what? Those stupid kicks, sometimes they rotate with you. So as you're trying to dash around, they rotate with you, and you still getting kicked, you're in a combo. Or big brain play. I got it. Listen. They're throwing all these stupid kicks, right? Many of my options won't be a great counter, but I could hit them with a Ki Blast and proceed to beat their ass. Oh my god. Whoa! Now, some people just don't like Ki Blast stuns when it's just, I guess, repetitively used, but it's just, to me, now maybe not to you, but to me it's just a form of neutral, right? Like, I have a square button, I have a triangle button, those are just combo buttons, like I can punch people and kick people with them, right? It's a Dragon Ball game, and there's a button to fire a Ki Blast, a blast in a Dragon Ball game? How? I can use a blast in a Dragon Ball game? Hold on! There's people who are saying I'm not allowed to use a blast in a Dragon Ball game. What? Like if somebody fires a Ki Blast, then dashes up and then attacks me, that's their neutral. Like what's the big deal with that? You can fire a random Ki Blast in Fighters. I know Fighters isn't nothing like Xenoverse, but like random Ki Blast and then you can follow that up with the Vanish and then wall bounce, catch them off of the wall, like stuff like that. Like, what's wrong with the ki blast? It's just a form of neutral where you can fire a projectile without throwing your body into a hazardous situation. Is it used too often? I don't know. But guess what? You have a block button, sir. You can reflect the ki blast. Boom. Just like they do in the show. Boom. Guess what? Boom. Goes back to the face. Boom. Oh, they're the ones getting hit by the ki blast now. Huh? Guess what else you can do? Block it. Same button, by the way. Perfect block. Perfect block, don't do it. Perfect block that ki blast. Guess what? They lose stamina. There's been times I've broken people's stamina by perfect blocking their ki blast. Now, again, moral of the story. People have different opinions on how the game should be played. But just because you play a certain way, just because you want to not use a certain feature because something in your head told you like, oh, this is bad though. Like, I can't do this, right? I've been there. But it's not on the same, like, it's not that, like, it's a ki blast. I'm playing a Dragon Ball game. I get it. You're tired of seeing it. You're tired of fighting against it. I'm not telling you to use it. I'm not saying it's the right or wrong thing. I'm just look at it from my perspective. Look at it from many other people's perspective. There's a difference between a ki blast stun, a ki blast cancel, and then like the people who do those repetitive stupid combos where they break your stamina and then it's like ki blast heavy, ki blast heavy, ki blast heavy. Like that's just whack. That's whack. At the same time, I did get my stamina broken, but it's like that's whack. Come on, learn a combo. Be creative. That's the thing. Everything about this game is about opinions. Could they nerf ki blasts a little bit? Maybe. But I think it's mainly a netcode issue, okay? Because there's times that I'm fighting a CPU, I might try to ki blast cancel, and then all of a sudden, oh, that motherfucker still caught me. I'm still getting punched. Maybe everything's just netcode. Why don't we all team up and just hate netcode? Let's not hate optimal fighting usage. Fight however the fuck. YouTube monetize me? My battery's dead, so I'm gonna end this video. Thank you so much for watching. Ki blast cancels, I think it's okay. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
If you smell what reacts is cooking.